In our previous example, we tried to find out the equation of straight line, the combination of x, y fulfill the requirement. And then most probably we write in the slope-intercept form. This is called the slope and intercept. Intercept here means y-intercept. We usually use this form because this form is help us to draw the figure, to draw the line in a very short time. But however, there is something called general form. That means we are still talking about the same equation, but we try to change it to this format. We put everything to one side and make it equal to 0. We separate the x term, y term, and constant term. So whenever you write in this form, this is called the general form. And why we need the general form is because we have certain some formulas to give us the slope by using the coefficient to give us the x-intercept, also y-intercept. The only disadvantage here is if you need to find the x-intercept, then you may need to memorize another formula, or you may need to have some solving equation calculation. Those formula are here. We can find out the slope, we can find out the x-intercept, we can find out the y-intercept by using A, B, C here. We are going to prove that in the next video. In this video, we just try to change this form to general form. So if I give you an equation of straight line like this in this format, it's not any typical format, it's just simply an equation of straight line. It's because y power 1, x power 1, and both x and y exist. This is obviously an equation of straight line. We just put everything to one side. So we may consider to write 2x because I prefer positive coefficient for x. And then I move 5y to another side, become minus 5y. Positive 8 is still in right hand side, equal to 0. And finally, because I need to strictly follow the requirement here, so I just copy from right to left. And then we changed this format to the general form already. So this is called general form. And then if we want to get the x-intercept, then we may just apply it. So if we need x-intercept, that means the graph when it's cut x-intercept, and then we want to know what is this value. So x-intercept is equal to negative c over a, and then we have negative c representing constant, positive 8, a representing coefficient of x, so we have 2, so we get this one negative 4. That's why we want to change it to general form, but to be honest, I totally don't use this formula and I don't remember this formula. Every time I just stick to the meaning of x-intercept, I will just consider when y equal to 0. So I don't think it's necessary. So very quickly we finish part B and C. Y is equal to negative 2 over 3. So this one is slope-intercept form already. So we can very quickly draw this graph with y-intercept is 4, and then going down slowly 2 to 3. So but they ask us to change it to general form. So I don't want fraction, I don't want over 3, so I both sides times 3. So 3y is equal to negative 2x, and then plus 4 times 3 also, we get 12. We put everything to one side, so I move everything to left hand side. Both sides plus 2x, 3y still here, and then both sides minus 12 equal to 0. This is the general form of the same straight line. But if you just observe this general form, it's difficult for you to draw the graph like this. So definitely for drawing, slope-intercept form have a great advantage. Part C, similarly. We just expand the bracket to separate the terms, the x term and constant. And then after that, we group everything to one side. So we have 2x minus y and then minus 5, and then we just copy from right to left again. Basically, by just using the technique in solving equations, just fulfill the certain requirement, then you can change it to general form. You may memorize this kind of formula to get the slope, x-intercept, y-intercept, but for me, I don't think it's necessary. If you know how to get this item by yourself from the definition,